Well, it's the Carabao Cup, the real stuff starts. What are you hoping to get from this game on Saturday?
Well, as you say, it's the real stuff now. The season's starting, and cup match. So you just want to get through, win the game, and get into the second round if we can. Obviously, we've had quite a few pre-season games now, but there's nothing like the real stuff. There is a difference, obviously, especially when you're playing a knockout cup match. So we're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to the season starting.
Yeah, in terms of the mindset, obviously that's the key thing, I guess, from the players' perspective, is to make sure they're treating it not like a pre-season game, because as you say, the real stuff's here.
Yeah, they know that. We've had enough time together to know that we've cracked the training up certainly the last couple of weeks. The last two games we've had Colchester and Coventry, obviously everyone's had 90 minutes, so been delighted with those games in terms of what we got out of it, fitness-wise in particular. Injury-wise, we're doing okay, touch wood. Young Ricky's obviously picked up a knock, he'll be missing for a couple of weeks. But apart from that, we seem okay.
In terms of Cheltenham, you've obviously watched them in pre-season, I'm sure, and know a lot about them, because obviously you were watching Brooming there last year.
Yeah, I watched them a couple of times last season. Obviously, we've covered their pre-season games. They've gone against strong opposition. They've played Cardiff, Bristol City, Bristol Rovers, so they're a good team, good footballing team. They'll try and play through the thirds of the pitch. They've got a fair bit of experience up front with Williams and Reid. If it's those two at start, so it won't be an easy game at all. But obviously we go into it with the belief that if we're at it, we hope to go through.
Yeah, Lewis Freestone, I think, is on the books there. At Cheltenham, who was obviously here before, and as I say, they've got players through that squad that can hurt you if they're on it.
Yeah, that is the way they play. I like the way they play, and like you say, I've seen them a couple of times last year. They've got a lot of energy in the team. They've got some good experience in the team as well, all the way through it. So, yeah, it's a game that they've got nothing to lose in terms of they'll go into it as people would look at them as underdogs, but it's a cup match and anything can happen. So if we're off our game, then it'll cause us a problem. So we've got to make sure that our standards our performance is right up there, and then hopefully everything else just takes care of itself.
Is it an easy or a hard team selection for you?
It's never easy. It may seem that way at times, but it's never easy to pick a team. And sometimes the hardest thing to do is to pick a bench. I always find that, or often find that I've got quite a large squad, which obviously we're looking to cut a little bit. But even though the ones we've got left, if there's, for example, 21, 22 players, there's obviously 4 missing. So that can be difficult at times. I've got to get the balance of the bench correct. I've got to get the balance of the team correct, in the sense that if we want to change formation for any reason, it can be done within the starting team. So, but no, we've gone through everything now, and I have to say the players have been outstanding. I've been absolutely delighted with them.
Yeah, can Johnson gain that sharpness and fitness we were speaking about previously in games, or is it something that needs to be done on the training field?
Well, certainly looking at Jono, I think the problem he had was the lockdown, where we continued doing sessions and fitness work. Jono clearly hasn't, and although he was back in his previous club training, there's certainly an element of fitness missing there. So we have to look at that carefully. We have to make sure we assess it properly, in the sense that we can't risk any injury. So he's more of on an individual programme at the moment. He'll be involved, and it's just how many minutes we can get into him. But clearly we've got to have to treat him differently to the others, because the others are well ahead of him, and the boy knows that. He understands that. We've had a good chat about that on Monday morning, and we've put together a programme for him, and the real importance of work we get into him is to get him really match fit, and that's all we're looking at the moment.
Straight to penalties. If it's level on Saturday, does that mean you've been out there with them practicing?
Yeah, we'll have to practice penalties tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't go to that, but if it does, we'll be prepared and ready.
Do you have a sort of order with penalties? Obviously, people have taken them. Historically, many people have had a go at them and done really well at them. Do you have in your mind the top 3?
No, what I generally do is leave it to the players to work out the order themselves, because some feel more comfortable taking the first, some feel more comfortable maybe taking the last. So it's you don't want to go in and say, right, you've got it, because I would leave it to them. Obviously, I would have 5 in mind, that I'll tell them who the 5 in mind are, and then I'll leave it up to them to sort out the order. But we'll go through it tomorrow.
Is the beard coming back?
No. It's just I've just not had a shave, Phil. So no, it's not coming back.